A long time ago, on a comics page far, far away. Greetings and welcome to May the Panel Be With You, the Star Wars comic book show brought to you by the Punch-Up Entertainment Network. I am your humble host, Mike Gargoni, and joining me, as always, the Sheev to my Anakin, it's John Campbell.
I appreciate you calling me by my Christian name.
His Christian name? He was baptized as Sheev.
Yeah, I was... I renounced all evil. Uh-oh, guess I screwed up there.
Oopsie doodle.
Well, here it is, folks. It's the epic conclusion that we all knew was coming. Literally.
Yes, indeed. This is, of course, the episode in which we cover the finale, issue number 4 of our coverage of the Marvel adaptation, the official comics adaptation of Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Man, I'm so curious to see how this turns out.
This is issue number 4 of Return of the Jedi. It was released in January of 1984 with a creative team that is exactly the same as the ones we've seen before. Actually, that's not true. We've got a couple of editions on here in the form of inkers, and I think that's because this last issue might have been a little rushed.
Yeah. I mean, this whole process feels a little like, oh shit, we've got to do an adaptation. Get it done.
But we've got Archie Goodwin on writing, we got Al Williamson on pencils, we've got Carlos Garzon, Ron Frenz, and Tom Palmer on inks, and we've got Bob Sharon on colors, and Christy Sheely also on colors.
Calling all cars, we need this done.
Whenever you see more than one or two inkers on a book, you know things needed to get done.
You don't even see individual inkers nearly as much anymore. It feels like a lot of pencilers are inking themselves these days.
Sometimes. It depends.
It does, but I would say in general, I'm seeing less singularly devoted inkers. That used to be like a given.
Well, and especially in the era of digital art, right? Like the ability to layer your pencils with an ink layer becomes the matter of like tabbing on a thing in Photoshop or whatever program you happen to be using.
The publishers don't mind because it means they don't have to pay somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. But yes, this is, of course, the epic conclusion.
Boy. It all comes down to this.
It all comes down to this. This is our final Marvel adaptation of the original trilogy that we're doing. Obviously, we'll get to the other... There have been other adaptations of the Star Wars books going forward. We will be getting to those eventually. In fact, the comics adaptation of Rise of Skywalker just wrapped up not that long ago.
Yeah, they were in no hurry to get that thing out.
No, they
None
weren't.
whatsoever. Take your time.
But as far as these adaptations go, this one has felt like a little bit of a rush job. Not only is the reduced issue count noticeable, because every other adaptation we've had up to this point has been 6 issues. This one got cut down to 4.
Yes. Yeah.
We also have a large sin in comic books, at least from my eyes, which is the describing things that don't appear on the page via dialogue.
A lot of that here.
Yeah. Strap in for more of that, because there's some big space battles that we just do not have time to draw.
And then things went pew, 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 and it was done.
Right. But let's start with what is one of the more striking things about this issue, and that's the cover.
Yeah.
This is
the acid yellow.
Yeah, the acid yellow. This is like the weird like goblin emperor we have in the background there. He's got like gray hair and a beard, it looks like. What's going on there?
I don't know. Is this the same artist as inside? Is this Williamson?
It's tough to say. I don't know. The signature there on the left, I cannot tell whose it is.
Let me see if I can get the Marvel, Wikipedia. We'll keep going, but I will take a look here.
But yeah, this version of the Emperor looks more like some Makuri concept art than what the actor looks like in the film.
It's very strange.
He's got like clawed hands and weird like fire coming out of one palm and like a weird little goblin tooth coming out of his lower jaw.
Yeah. Cover artist. Ooh, the legendary Bill Sienkiewicz.
Interesting. This is a Sienkiewicz cover. That explains some things.
It does. It actually, now that I see that, I see some of that in there. Particularly,
I can definitely see it in the Vader. Yeah. For
absolutely.
Sure.
But yeah, I don't know what happened on Emperor.
Well, clearly that's not the Emperor. That's Warlock in disguise.
Mm-hmm.
Self-friend is Emperor now.
There's also a continuity mistake in this that I will point out.
According to Wikipedia, let's see if I get there first.
It's not in the cover. In the comic.
Oh, in the comic, I see.
Yeah. I would be surprised if you got pissed about what this is.
You don't know, John. I get pissed about a lot of weird pedantic things.
We'll get that. This is pedantic. And also, I would say would skip past 99.9% of people.
Okay, well, I strive to be in the top percentile of Star Wars annoyed fans.
Yeah. That's also a real, and I guess it's fitting of a. I do like Palpatine's fire hand.
Yeah, I like a good fire hand space sorcerer.
And that's a real crackly lightsaber blade.
Yeah, and like that just kind of disappears into the hand.
Yeah, I mean, I do see some of the Sienkiewicz. This is not top level Sienkiewicz stuff.
Oh, I mean, we're still years away from like Demon Bear level stuff.
Well, because the other thing about his work, if you follow him, there's a distinct turning point in his work around the time of that New Mutant stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That where he really gets into some wild stuff. When was the Demon Bear saga?
I want to say that was 80. Oh no, that was this year. This was 83.
So he's already sort of evolving.
I thought that was much later. Interesting.
Yeah. Interesting guy. Really.
Yeah.
One of the most fascinating comic book artists.
For sure.
Because then, Electra Assassin and some of the stuff.
Wish he was doing the interiors, but he ain't.
No, I mean, Williamson's art is fine.
Yeah. Let's get into it, because right off the top, we have yet the last of these tableaus that we've had. This one with the lightsabers clashing.
Yeah, but look, there's no attention to the hilts of the lightsabers at all.
I don't know what you're talking about, John. Don't the two of them just wield PBR cans as their lightsabers?
This bud's for you. God, yeah, it's not good.
Small sidetrack, though. I was in the grocery store this morning, and there's a new PBR promotion happening right now with Godzilla on the boxes. And I don't drink PBR, but fuck, they almost had me.
Yeah. That would be what would get you, no question. That's a very interesting corporate.
I know, right?
Yeah, that's fascinating.
Toho's handing over those fat checks these days.
Yeah. Well, all I know is I'm waiting for -0.
Same.
Yeah, that'll be good.
So yeah, clashing soda pop cans here, and then we cut to the Rebel fleet!
Exclamation point.
At least we don't got the weird. I mean, the font of the chapter title here is maybe a little to be desired for, but it's better.
It's better. It's not full on Looney Tunes. It's close though. It's close.
As we get the final duel.
Yeah.
With a jaunty exclamation point.
The exclamation points could go. This comic is really into exclamation points.
Most comic books are, John.
I understand, but yeah. But the Rebel fleet, the final duel, Admiral Akbar. No, that doesn't.
I mean, Admiral Akbar only speaks in exclamation points in this.
Well, that is
page.
accurate to the way he talks, though. He is shouting most of his lines.
All craft will begin to jump to hyperspace on my mark. May the Force be with us. Jesus.
God, he's got Lando being like, ugh, whoa, okay.
Oh, you think Lando's got it bad? Nien Nub's got those huge ears.
Hey, by the way, folks, it's Nien Nub.
Hey, there's another character whose name is never said, but we all know.
But yet, like 7-year-old me absolutely knew what his name was. And definitely had like action figures. Yeah, I mean, it is crazy. Everyone has a name.
Everybody.
Like my dad, who's a Star Wars fan, will be like, "No, that guy has a name," and I always have to say, "Dad, everyone has a name. They all have names."
Literally,
that guy has a
all
name?
of them.
Yes. I'm telling you, every single character has a name.
And if they don't have a name, they at least have a short story in which their background is expanded upon.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right, like the level of we have always talked about this. The level of that you want to get into Star Wars there's a huge spectrum there of how deep.
Oh yeah,
you want to get into this universe.
You can wade, you can get knee deep, you can get hip deep, you can get up to your chest, you can have it right up to the chin, or you could be totally underwater, man. And that's what you're doing here on this show.
Yeah. One of us has drowned in this.
I am a bloated corpse floating in the tide of Star Wars.
Every once in a while, there's just a
Sleaze bag and oats.
Who is the guy we were obsessed with from Force Awakens?
Voberdand?
Voberdand, yes. A character we pretty much just randomly opened to a page in the guidebook to and have been obsessed with ever since.
Look, he's a stickler for the rules, and he doesn't really take nonsense lightly. That's all I know. And those are the only 2 sentences written about him in the encyclopedia.
Yeah. Anyway, Lando is saying, "Hey, everybody, don't worry. If I know Han Solo, he's going to get this done." While also thinking in his head, he might not.
I mean, I believe he says this out loud in the movie.
He definitely does. That's what I thought was interesting about this.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
Offensive.
it's another character whose name is never said in the film. It's Wicket.
Except it's not. Welcome to the continuity error.
Because in the movie, Wicket's not the one who grabs the speeder.
You got that right. According to Wikipedia, it was Paplu.
Yeah, of course.
Who I will say, I just clicked on his thing, looks exactly like Wicket.
That's because all the Ewoks basically look the same unless they have a very distinct headdress.
There's a couple that stand out, but yeah. So this is what I was talking about, where it's like, even I think this past you, Gergodi, this is really getting like, okay.
Oh, this was the continuity? Oh, yeah, no, I totally picked up on this, John.
Okay, I'm just saying, though, like, but it's also like, my God, who cares?
I thought it was just creative license for this book just to get the name Wicket in here once.
I think it is, and I think that it is possible at this point they don't know who each of the Ewoks is named.
No, God, no.
Because this isn't going to say an Ewok named Paplu.
No. I don't know if... I know Wicket gets a credit in the film. I don't think any other named Ewok does.
You don't think... This is Paplu, son of Bozzy, and nephew of Chirpa.
I know that.
Of course. Who could forget Bozzy?
And Chirpa's the chief.
Chirpa is the chief. Bozzy only appears in the Ewok animated show.
Of course.
Yeah. And yes, Chirpa is the chief. So when you click on Chirpa, I would not have known the name, but seeing the picture, I am like, yes, that one I know, because Chirpa has a distinct look as the chief.
So the reason I knew that, just like off the top of my head, that Chirpa was the chief, is because of the mobile game Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Is another one of those things that really reinforces, like, here's random B tier characters that you can collect, and you're gonna know their name because they're gonna be part of your like party in that game for a long time before you unlock the characters you actually want.
Now, here's an interesting. This is my last Paplu fact. Paplu in Return of the Jedi is also played by Kenny Baker, who played R2-D2 as well.
Nice.
Yeah, that was my fact. because
a little bit of
Kenny
heroism.
Baker was supposed to play Wicket but couldn't, and so it ended up, of course, going to Warwick Davis,
A treasure.
who has dined out on that forever, and deservedly so. We love a Warwick Davis.
Absolutely.
The best. All right. Anyway, that's the end of my facts. This should be Paplo. Anyway, there's a scout trooper going, hey!
Yeah. We get an Ewok distraction. They get pulled away from the bunker. Han takes care of the last guy. They get into the bunker, start putting down bombs.
Mm-hmm. Not bad for a little ball of fuzz.
But if all goes well for the rebel cause on Endor, events are proceeding far differently aboard the new Death Star.
Is the Death Star upside down?
Now, that is a good question, John. Can a space station with its own artificial gravity be upside down?
Well, yeah, that's following into the if a tree falls in the forest and no one's around here. Can a space station with its own gravity be upside down? I will just say that the weapons dish is at the bottom when it should be at the top, though.
Right. And this is a shot that I found, or this is a panel that I found interesting, because this sort of shot wouldn't be replicated until Rogue One, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, in the movie, it never appears like the dish is on the bottom, quote unquote. Yeah. Again, direction is completely relative in space, but...
That's the point. It could, it just doesn't.
Right.
Okay, there you go. That's the answer. It still struck me as strange to see.
Yeah, no, and I thought it was cool that we saw this so early as like, oh yeah, the Death Star can orient in any kind of direction. So when it does show up in Rogue One in that orientation, and it is a little bit like more visually distinct in that way, knowing that that wasn't the first time an artist had conceived to do that, I found interesting.
Yeah, I wonder if this was their decision or this was some piece of design that they're basing this off of. I'm curious. Anyway, Luke's meeting the Emperor.
Yeah. Hey, it's good old Palpy Sheeves.
Yeah.
Call me Papa Sheev. Grandpappy.
Anyway, and Luke's like, yeah, I'm not gonna join you, man.
Palpatine's like, oh, really?
Oh, I've heard that before.
I implore you to reconsider.
Yeah. And he picks up Luke's lightsaber. Everybody's really... I love that both Vader and the Emperor are like,
built yourself a lightsaber, did ya?
I mean, if you think about it in context, the fact that Luke, this like backwater kid with almost no training, who spent 2 weeks with Yoda in a swamp, figured out how to build his own lightsaber.
It's impressive. I mean, look, he's good. That Luke Skywalker's got skills. And also, like, when was the last time anyone built a lightsaber? It's been a while.
I mean, before this period, it would have been about 6 years ago when Ezra Bridger was receiving his training from
I was gonna say it would fall into the Rebels era for sure.
Yeah.
Anyway, anyway, he says
Palpatine's kind of just evil and all over the place, and finally gets into everything is proceeding according to my design. Your friends on Endor, the rebel fleet, all move into a trap. It was I who allowed the Alliance to know about this station and the shield generator.
That's right, the Bothans were working for me.
What?
Well, wouldn't that be wild?
That would have been...
Yeah,
many of them died. Yeah, fuck those guys.
Yeah,
I still killed them though, because evil and whatnot.
Yeah, the Bothans were crooked the whole time. Anyway, yeah, and so he's just like, "That's right. Oh, did that piss you off? Good.
I'm gonna sit back in my purple chair and just soak it in.
Oh, that's the stuff. This velvet.
The chair is so purple."
So, well, they really love to just bump up the color in these comics. It's like, hey, it's a comic book. It's a comic book.
80s coloring is wild.
And this is aggressively 80s coloring, the way this is colored.
Yeah. Some distance from the Death Star, and then we get back to the Rebel fleet as they're moving in. But we're going to start getting a lot of things being described and not being seen starting right now.
Hey, space battles take up a lot of space, guys.
We start with, we're being jammed. How could they jam us if they didn't know we were coming unless it's a trap? But we don't get that line.
We get a trap.
But it's
Yeah.
A trap.
It's a trap.
That's a trap.
And then we get Lando going, only the fighters are attacking, except we don't see that.
And then we have another Mon Calamari saying, enemy ships moving out from behind the Sanctuary Moon, except we don't see that.
Yeah. Thrilling. And then something blows up.
Yes, because it turns out this battle station is fully operational.
It is indeed.
Fully operational.
Then they're going to try to retreat, but then Lando's being like, we can't retreat. We got to give Han more time.
Cut to Han.
Cut to Han. Which, again, yet another thing we don't see is them being captured. We just cut to them having been captured.
Yeah, I guess that's okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just it once again, it's just the kind of core mistake here is, or not mistake, but just the fatal flaw in this is like, we've got to do this in 22 pages. We just have to. There's no choice. In fact, actually, because of the pinups, we have to do it in 18.
I haven't done a precise page count. Are we doing this in 18 pages? I have to go back and check.
No, we are. Thank you again to Wikipedia.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yep.
So,
anyway, so yes, because we got to include those pinups.
Back to the Emperor. He's just like, brew, there is no escape. Should a
like
miracle occur and the generator shall be destroyed, I've given the order that this station to be turned on Endor and destroy it.
Yeah. And he's
Which
like,
is not a line he says in the movie, but is logical.
This is endgame for him, man. He's like, this is it. This is going to be the final. I'm going to crush the Alliance, as he says.
Yeah, for sure.
You done so.
Luke, giving into his rage a little bit, takes up his lightsaber. Emperor's going, yes.
It's just how I wanted it. It's all working out for Sheev.
Beyond thought, the young Jedi acts, only to find another lightsaber blocks the death stroke. And as the Emperor's pleased laughter echoes through the throne room, Luke begins the duel he hoped never to fight.
And this full page spread here is pretty rad. Because look, it's probably, if not certainly in the running for the most iconic lightsaber battle in Star Wars. It's got to be the most iconic. Maybe it's not the best or but like.
Is it this or the fight on Cloud City? Like, Cloud City is just framed so beautifully.
It is, but like, how much art do you see of them in front of that window on the Death Star with their lightsabers? I just feel like I see this replicated so often. The Cloud City.
The Cloud City one of like them clashing at the top of the stairs in the carbonite chamber. You see that one a lot.
It's true. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, once again, they're both both of the Luke and Vader fights are, I think, have the most like meaning to them, even if they're not necessarily the greatest battles per se.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that.
I mean, I know. I can cut to Dave Filoni talking about the Duel of the Fates, but which I will say, like,
sure,
man, I wish I as much as I love that fight, I wish I had the investment that he did there.
And I personally love, like, even some of the sequel trilogy stuff, like the throne room fight with Rey and Kylo Ren fighting the Praetorian Guard.
I think that might be the best shot lightsaber fight in the franchise. I just think that is a gorgeously framed sequence. And
obviously, the Anakin Obi-Wan fight on Mustafar is just,
that's my
so
favorite.
Over the top. Yeah,
that's my personal favorite, just because of the bombacity of it. Yeah, the operatic, like, grand tragedy of these guys fighting above lava and stuff like that is outstanding, and I love that scene. I also like I love the Vader Obi-Wan fight that's in Obi-Wan as well with the rocks and stuff is amazing. I think.
Yeah, Obi-Wan show gets way too much hate. I love that show so much. I know.
I don't understand the like huge disappointment. I thought it was great.
Yeah. But I live for space wizard soap opera, so.
Yeah, I thought, and I thought McGregor's all in anyway. We don't need to relitigate that. We're on the same page, actually.
Yeah. We're gonna have an aggressive agreement, John.
Yeah, you're right. People really did underplay, and then don't even. Obviously, we're both in agreement about the horrible treatment of the acolyte.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Huge bullshit, man.
Speaking of awesome lightsaber fights, man.
Oh my god, that show.
Yeah.
Where are my 5 seasons of that? I need it, man. It's so good. Anyway.
Vader and Luke, they're fighting. Vader's got his lightsaber. Luke's got his lightsaber. Neither of them look like their lightsabers.
No, we're not even trying.
Nah. They look like shake weights.
And so, meanwhile, we're back down on the planet, and 3PO is luring the stormtroopers into a trap.
Because out of the trees descend the Ewoks.
By the way, this is the best use of 3PO in a battle sequence, is just to go, "You over here."
Yeah.
You can do that.
I do love the art of the top right panel here of the Ewoks literally just descending onto stormtroopers from above.
It's actually cooler than it is in the movie in some ways. The idea that they're just
straight up drop bears.
I mean, that idea is terrifying if you just saw this little furry thing. What the fuck? Holy God! That's pretty great.
So they're breaking loose. They head to the bunker. We got to get out of here. Meanwhile, back up in space battles are still happening. When we get yet more things that are being said that aren't shown. At point blank range, we won't last long against those Star Destroyers, Calrissian. We'll last longer against that Death Star. We lose a lot of the dynamism. The dynamism of those lines being delivered as ships are swooping, right?
Because I mean, it's maybe not as fondly remembered in people's minds as the trench run, but in terms of scope, it's the biggest thing ILM had pulled off, right?
Totally,
I mean, the amount of ships that are battling in that sequence is incredible, and this comic is kind of and then that's also happening.
And
okay, right.
The kind of strategy that you see deployed in that sequence of the Rebel fleet having to get in really close with the Imperial fleet so the Star Destroyer so the Death Star doesn't blow them out of the sky is just totally lost here.
That's the kind of stuff that's aggressively my jam. It's my love of Star Trek is all that naval combat type stuff with ships, and I mean I'm obsessed. My favorite space battle is the Rogue One.
Oh, yeah.
Which is just the coolest thing. So I just love when the big ships go pew, pew, pew at each other. It's awesome. Anyway.
For sure.
Yeah.
On the Death Star, father and son grimly clash. Brutally, aggressively, Darth Vader brings his full strength and power against the young man.
But I there's so much leaping and stuff in this because they're this we know how to do. Two guys swinging blades at each other.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, this is our jam right here. Yeah, and of course, yeah, Palpatine's loving every second of it.
That's it. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. Attack, attack. Let the hate flow through you.
That's the stuff, baby. Yeah, yeah.
Give old Sheev the juice. Oh, yeah.
Oh, it's taking me back to my younger days.
How old is Sheev? Do we know?
He's pushing 100.
Yeah, I mean, he's old. He's old, yeah. But he's not Yoda old.
No. I mean, he's still technically human.
Yes. Because, I mean, he's an older, middle-aged, heading into senior citizen in, the prequels.
Yeah, and, I mean, okay, let's give you a precise...
Oh, man, I just
how
poked
old
the
is
bear
Palpatine? Yeah, you did. I need to know how old Palpatine is now.
I've never thought about it because, of course, the whole point too is that it's not necessarily the old age on his face. It is the damage that we see him take in Revenge of the Sith is what we eventually discover.
Okay, so if Wikipedia is to be believed, he was born in 84 BBY. So
okay,
that would make him pushing 90 as of Return of the Jedi.
That feels right to me.
Yeah. And obviously, the dark side of the Force is path towards many powers that many would consider unnatural, so he could extend his life via...
Well, yeah, he ends up in that claw machine.
Yeah, exactly. with that pickle jar full of Snokes.
Oh God! All right, getting mad again. Um,
But
and so,
Luke has that moment where he's just like, "Oh, that's what this guy wants. Well, I'm not going to
yeah,
give it to you."
yeah. Hey, let's all just cool it. And
Yeah,
he literally
I
puts
will
up his
not
hand
fight
here
you.
in the comic, going, "No, no,
No.
don't do." And of course, the famous "You don't understand don't underestimate the power of the dark side, Luke. It's the only way you can save your friends."
So in the movie, this is a scene in which, like, Luke, in refusing to fight, is sort of hiding from Vader, and Vader is
Right.
using his Force abilities to, like, sense out Luke's feelings despite not being able to see him, and that's when he calls out the fact that he has a sister.
It's another example of what you talk about with the kind of the shame of this adaptation is it's taking away that dynamism that you're talking about, the dynamic nature of this conversation happening as Vader's kind of hunting for Luke. Just gives it a little bit more thrill than here they're just kind of standing and talking to each other.
Right. And to the point where Vader even, like, calls out, "Oh, Leia. Yes, Leia is your sister."
That's it. That's the one. I don't care about her because I haven't involved her in any of this. But
That's always been a giant question mark to me, is what is Vader's feelings about his daughter?
I mean, he didn't know he had a daughter until this exact moment.
Yeah, I guess the answer is he just didn't get time for that to be part of the plan.
Yeah.
Well,
He has about as...
his son. I mean, I guess he didn't know they were twins, though.
No, he did not know they were twins. He knows that Luke is his son after A New Hope.
Right. And the comics fill in some of that, which is actually some of the best stuff in there.
Right. Because that's when, like, in the newer comics, they, like, go through this whole rigmarole where it's like, figure out who blew up the Death Star. And Boba Fett eventually figures out, well, I don't know, but it's some guy named Skywalker. And that makes Vader go, "I'm sorry?"
one more time for Lord Vader.
They didn't even change his last name?
And that actually was pretty stupid. Come to think of it.
Yeah, but if he took Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru's last name, he'd be Luke Lars. You don't want to be a two first name guy.
Alliterative and it's two first names. It's no good, man. I'm a real dad. So anyway, they go back to fighting.
Yeah, because Luke is like, never!
And of course, I don't think we just can't get the dynamism in the comic of him just bashing him. I mean, we'll get the end result of it, but
Yeah, and the duel between father and son rages again, more violently than ever, with Luke as its driving force, seized by a frenzy that seems to consume him. And I mean, like, that is what happens.
I mean, I will say that, yeah, the written narration of this is really doing a lot of work.
Yeah, it has to.
Yeah.
Speaking of things doing a lot of work, meanwhile, war has come to the sanctuary moon of Endor.
Not a great image of just fleeing Ewoks.
Yeah, I mean, we skirt over all of the conflict between the Ewoks and the Empire here. We basically lose all of it for this bit of captioning, which says, "Their foes are small, quick, and elusive. They hit and run with crude, unorthodox weapons and tactics which shouldn't work, but within the cramped forest terrain prove remarkably effective. Aided by rebel commandos and one particularly fearsome Wookiee, the Ewoks seem to be holding their own."
And then Han's trying to hotwire the door.
We lose the whole scene where Chewie and the Ewoks hijack the AT-ST.
Yeah, it's pretty iconic, but whatever.
Yeah. And again, some of Lucas's like impulse to silliness when Chewbacca does his Tarzan yell.
100%, no question about that. And he fucking does it again in Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
Yeah.
He loves that shit, man. Yeah. By the way, got to be Carrie Fisher. That this was that in the script they had Leia. You know I love you, don't? And then thanks for carrying, General, but it's on my arm. Where they do the reverse of the Han saying I love you and her saying I know.
Yeah, exactly. Which
And
is
also
good
it's
writing.
It's the cooler in the thing where they think they're surrounded, and then she shows him that she's got the blaster, and he says, "I love you." Wait, it's so good, so
Yeah.
like crystallizing of their relationship. These are just a couple of badasses who respect each other's badassery.
Finding love on the battlefield.
Yeah, man. It's why they're such a beloved couple. And here it's just like, "I love you," and she's like, "Yeah, I'm fine."
But we have bigger problems, because what's this? Is an ATST looming out of the smoke, which in the movie we would reveal that is in fact Chewie driving that thing. We never get that in the comic.
I think that's so weird because there's toys of that and stuff like that. I mean, it's just such a iconic moment. I mean, I understand they don't know what's going to be iconic yet, but that does feel like a big moment.
Yeah. But again, that reveal never occurs, so we never get any resolution to this scene.
Yeah, it's
at
very
all.
strange. Yeah. Yeah, and there's not even a like line. It's very weird.
Yeah.
Okay, so anyway, we're back to the battle in space.
This is Admiral Akbar, General. The jamming has stopped, and we have a reading on the shield. It's still up.
I fear Princess Leia's unit didn't make it. And Lando says basically they're going to fight to the end.
Meanwhile, inside, Luke is kicking the shit out of Vader.
Literally. Kicking him right in the gut.
Suddenly his lightsaber is blue in this bottom right panel here.
Yeah, they don't know.
Yeah. And he's hammering away and eventually slices his hand off like you do.
I mean, turnabout is fair play, Vader.
Yeah, I mean, come on. With a shrack.
It was already a robot hand, but
yeah.
But
he
hey,
won't miss it.
those aren't easy to replace. Damn, another one. And so anyway, yeah. And Emperor's like, all right, now kill him. Come on. Kill for Sheev.
Luke, being Luke, says, never.
And he's like, yes.
And we kind of have a reversal of lines here, because we have the Emperor's line of, only now at the end do you understand your feeble skills are no match for the power of the dark side. And then after that, he says, so be it, Jedi.
Yeah.
Because that line happens first when Luke says, I won't kill him because I'm a Jedi just like my father before me.
Yeah, I mean, okay, it's another thing where like that line is in here, but just the way it's done, it doesn't have that impact of him throwing the lightsaber down and I'm a Jedi like my father before me.
And then again, the like turnaround of Palpatine being like, so be it, Jedi.
Yeah.
Force lightning.
Yeah. Then die, right?
Right.
Yeah, it's just like...
It just feels more stilted. It feels more like George Lucas dialogue.
You're just going like, yeah, I mean, this is what happens, but yeah, it doesn't have the, these iconic things that lit up the imaginations of us when we were kids and stuff like that. They were just like, oh my God. Here you're just like, okay, yeah, I mean, that's what happens.
Also, I'm just going to say it. Force lightning in this book looks lame.
Super lame. I mean, you don't have any of the trailing lightning bolts of it here. It's just his hands are blue. There's a little bit of energy, and then Luke is crackling blue. It's
and
so.
I wouldn't. It's not even like super crackly. He's just got like a ring of spiky blue around him.
Because I mean, once again, remember seeing that, and you're just like, "Holy shit! You didn't know anyone could fire lightning out of their hands."
And you saw his skeleton coming through his face because he was being lit up by lightning from the inside. It was messed up.
It's really good, yeah.
Yeah, it turns out Return of the Jedi really good.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's my least favorite of the three, but it's still great, and I've seen it, 40 times or whatever. Like it's still, they're all bangers. And this part in particular, I think one of the things that really saves it really nails the ending of the story.
Yeah. I do like the caption work here, though, as it says, and the final horror for Luke is the sight of his father crawling back to the Emperor like a dying animal returning to the feet of its master.
Yeah, that's good.
Until, suddenly, with a final surge of strength, he stands, not to serve this being who had turned him from Anakin Skywalker to Darth Vader, but to seize him. And we get Vader picking up the Emperor.
And I will say, this is where they may have botched the Force lightning, but they go way harder with the death of Palpatine here.
Oh, for sure. The merciless energy that had been killing Luke now arcs back to strike Vader. It rains over him, searing him, scorching his great form. Yet still he staggers with his burden to the edge of the abyss.
And Palpatine's body turns into a ball of fire.
And Darth Vader is also on fire.
It's like, holy shit.
Yeah. Hurled by the giant, the Emperor spins helplessly downward into the void, bouncing, careening off the shaft's iron walls, to explode in the dark oblivion somewhere below, sending demonic winds howling up out of the pit.
The idea of him bouncing, like his body is like a clunk, clang, clunk, clang all the way down. You're like, oh, Jesus.
It's fine. He'll land in a jar somewhere, and then the claw machine will take him out.
Oh, Jesus. Ooh. Really still irks me. Oh, boy. All right. Yeah.
Vader does it. He's returned. He's brought balance to the Force. The prophecy has been fulfilled.
I guess, yeah. That prophecy is, whether or not, it's vague. I guess that's how prophecies are.
That is how prophecies work.
Yeah, nothing new there. So and Luke crawls over to him, but we're gonna cut back to the base on, and I guess here's the moment of Chewie popping up out of the ATST.
Yeah, but it's for the Imperials, which doesn't make any sense.
No. It was me, and so then you have to go like, so I guess he was controlling the one that we saw earlier. You have
that
to like
is what happens in the movie.
Yeah, but if you're just reading the comment, you have to go like, okay, so because they left that on a cliffhanger of like, oh no, we're doomed, and then we cut back and we're like, I guess that was the same walker, and it was
because
Chewie?
we have a dialogue box here that I guess is from Han. We don't actually see him saying, "No time for gloating, buddy. Let's get in there and blow that thing."
Yeah, and so then you also have to assume, okay, so that must have been Chewie, and then subsequently everyone else got in there. It's a lot to ask. Once again, if we hadn't seen the movie, if this was just a comic, this would be impossible to follow.
Yeah. After Imperial prisoners and Allied captors hastily withdraw, the new rebel general and his longtime partner, bring their mission to a fiery conclusion. I guess their longtime partner is Chewbacca.
Yeah.
And then back in space, we have Lando being like, Calrissian, they did it. The Death Star's defense shield is down.
I also got to talk about, once again, sorry, not to keep harping on, but like, so Chewie and Han are presumably in the ATST.
Yeah.
Then the next panel is the base exploding, and Han and Chewie are diving away from it?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just a weird progression.
Yeah.
But that's all. Once again, that's a huge amount to ask of that gutter between panels.
That is a load-bearing gutter right there.
Good God. All right. Sorry. Now we're back to Calrissian. They did it. The Death Star defense shield is down. And so Lando's going to lead everybody into the Death Star.
Let's get into that Death Star. And who's this? It's your boy Wedge.
Hell yeah. That they have chosen not to render at all. He's totally in shadow.
Right. Because we got to add some, you know how we've been cutting around a lot of like cool action beats? Let's add some 2 panels of just gleek glop to explain what's about to happen.
A lot of it. Look at how much, if you're watching this on YouTube, look at how much Lando is saying. That's a huge word bubble.
And we get none of the, like, flight into the superstructure of the Death Star.
Go for the power regulator on its north tower, Wedge. I'll take the main reactor. We're carrying concussion missiles. They should penetrate and start a chain reaction. What does it matter?
He's not done yet. Hustle. Once I let them go, we won't have much time, Wedge. You survived the first Death Star. We don't want to lose you here.
He's still talking. Wedge's like, yeah, I already did it. You're still talking.
Meanwhile, Lando keeps talking. Direct hit! Now for the hard part. Getting out of this place.
Yeah. To do that, we'll form a bank maneuver that will involve...
And again, none of this is shown. We get a single panel of the Millennium Falcon shooting at the reactor core.
Yeah. And so the whole place is blowing up, and we cut to Luke and Vader. Luke has been, of course, dragging Vader back to the shuttle.
One of my favorite like thought experiments in like interiority of Star Wars is okay, second Death Star's exploding, chain reactions going off, everyone's scrambling trying to get out of there. You're a stormtrooper, you see some blonde kid dragging Lord Vader across the floor in the hangar bay. What the fuck are you thinking in that moment?
I think you're just like, we're cooked, right? I mean, like, this whole thing's over. I'm taking my ship and I'm getting as far away, right? If I'm in an escape pod, I'm not going to try to meet up with Imperial. It's over. We're done.
I just saw some skinny farm boy dragging the corpse of Lord Vader across the floor. We are so done.
We've lost. I mean, you don't even have to know about the Emperor or anything. It's like, it's over, man. We had a good run. No way. You don't come back from that.
Yeah.
This guy that everyone is so terrified of, and suddenly there's just a 20-year-old pulling his what might as well be his corpse across, and you're just like, oh shit, all right. You probably think they're gonna take him down to the planet, hang him in the square, probably.
Right. Like, that kid's got a trophy and I want no part of this.
It's over, man. This is last days of Nazi Germany stuff. We're done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get the that tomfoolery aside, we get the touching scene here of Vader being like, I want to look on you with my own eyes.
Yeah, but do you love the choice that they're like, oh, maybe we don't know what he looks like?
Because, we have Luke pulling off the helmet, but we don't get the reverse shot of what Anakin looks like.
Isn't that interesting?
All we get is this captioning that says, slowly, hesitantly, Luke obeys and looks down on the face which though livid with scars, has regained its humanity. Monstrous evil has faded, but the cost is high.
Yeah. Okay. Can we see him?
But no.
I mean, the movie doesn't remotely hide him.
No, that's the whole thing in the movie is removing the helmet. And, there's a man under there.
By the way, I always love that it is just a withered old man in there. I know some people are like, oh, it's lame. You're like, well, no, it would be. That's the whole point.
He's basically a walking corpse.
Yeah, it's supposed to be, not unsettling, but like demystifying
and sad.
Yeah. The people who like Vader as sheer metal, I'm always curious about. I mean, in moments,
edgelords.
Yeah, right. But the idea about but it is like, no. It is a grand epic tragedy.
Yeah.
And so, there is always a sadness there. I'm not saying you can't enjoy moments when he kicks a ton of ass, but it is like at the end of the day,
seeing Vader rip a spaceship out of the sky in Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that's cool as hell. But always with that tinge of right, but this is the tragedy of Anakin Skywalker.
Right.
Anyway,
they escape, and so does Wedge and Lando, and then everything explodes.
Yeah, everything blows up, and yay!
Hooray! And boy, are we just gonna drive this book into the absolute ground, because this is gonna be our last page, and we gotta wrap this thing up.
We are done, man. Everybody's down. Night on Endor! Exclamation point. Really? Exclamation point. It's night!
A huge bonfire burns in the Ewok village, the centerpiece of a wild celebration as rebels and their allies rejoice in its warmth. Music and laughter swell. Past antagonisms that weren't actually shown in this book and misunderstandings are forgotten.
Yeah, you are like, what antagonisms?
Because they're showing specifically an Ewok and R2 having a moment, and it's but we didn't see any of the R2 being pissed at the Ewoks thing.
And then you gotta love old friends are reunited as one by one the warriors return, even those they feared forever lost. I mean, we don't need any of the comedy of him going look, if you want to be with Luke, then that's how it is. That's fine. You can cut all that. But Luke then stares off into the distance at what?
Nothing.
I don't know.
We get no Force ghosts in this.
I have no idea. kind of negates a lot of the impact of Vader's sacrifice.
We don't even get a Vader corpse bonfire.
Nope. There is nothing, actually. We don't see his face in the helmet cost. We don't see him burning the body. We don't see him as a Force ghost. Really misses a lot of the most important aspects of the end of Return of the Jedi.
The last two panels of this book are Luke with all of his friends behind his shoulder, Luke staring off in the distance, presumably looking at Force ghosts. Not that we can see them, but the captioning doesn't even say that. The captioning says, "And if later, while the revelry around the campfire swells, one among them stands apart, haunted, perhaps, by knowledge few others can ever share, he is still not alone." Because the last panel of this book is everyone coming around and giving Luke a hug as it says, "There is someone waiting to take his arm, to draw him to her and the others back into the circle of warmth and love."
It is basically like his friends and family will stop him from being such a mope bag.
The end.
That's what I always took the end of Return of the Jedi to be. Luke just needs to lighten up.
And, like, I understand that it was the special editions that added the whole, like, celebration across the galaxy bits as well.
But just this moment of, it just really feels incredibly anticlimactic.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because, I mean,
that's
for
it.
years,
That's the end of the book.
For a long time, we were totally satisfied with this being the end of the story.
Because we'd get the whole sequence on Endor of, like, all the rebels showing up and being like, "Hey, good job, we did it.
Yeah,
Fight
Wedge
the
is in
Empire."
there.
Yeah.
This book could give a shit about Wedge. This comic doesn't know who he is, as we proved a couple weeks ago.
And we got a couple of pinups. We got Admiral Akbar. We got Ewok Warrior.
with their, well, I do like the inclusion of the helmets on pikes, because that's always like, oh God, we don't need to get into that anyway.
Got one of my favorite rebel ships, the B-Wing.
The B-Wing, yeah, rarely ever. And then, of course, I know they're trying to go for windswept, but the forehead on this Luke.
Luke Skywalker, The Last Jedi. And of course, finally, at the very, very end, in the pinup section, we get our Force ghosts.
Yeah, but number one, who's the guy on the left? Because we never saw him. Also, when did Yoda die?
Ooh, toughie. I don't know.
So yes, they're the Force ghosts in the pinup, but the book did nothing to seed that, meaning anything.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. No,
Again, this particular issue felt very rushed.
Very rushed. And then also really like the most egregious, we ran out of time.
Yeah.
We just ran out of pages, you guys.
It just ends. Yeah.
Yeah. Which is amazing for the end of the whole trilogy.
I mean, and it doesn't even say the end in this book. It never says that.
Nope. It's like, there's no time.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that's not great. None of these have been great. The adaptations are I mean, it's tough.
I'll maintain the manga adaptation of A New Hope rules.
Without question, the best. Because once again, it's doing something. It's actually translating the movie in some way.
And you might have noticed that we didn't cover the manga adaptation of Empire Strikes Back, and we probably won't do the Return of the Jedi one, because having read them, I was like, eh.
Yeah, we took a look at them. We talked about doing it, but I looked at it a little bit. You actually went through them a bit more.
I read them, yeah.
Yeah, and you said
they're not nearly as captivating.
Yeah, that's a bummer, man, that they would drop the ball after really knocking it out of the park.
Probably change artists, and like it feels like a quicker, dirtier job.
That's what I'm sure it was like. That one took a long time. We need these other ones quicker.
Yeah. Now, I will say, I might turn that tune around when we get to the manga adaptation of Phantom Menace, because I have also read that, and that rules.
Okay, yeah, I'm down for that. We're a ways off from that.
We're a ways off. We're
going to be an interesting place now, because we're now they're not building to anything. It's a completely open road for them, conceivably, at this moment. As far as they're aware, there's no plans to make any more Star Wars movies.
And as far as like we were concerned growing up, we were kind of in that same place, at least for a while.
Oh God, yeah, absolutely. The prequels were like a thing he was like, oh, maybe, who knows, at some point. But yeah. So I can only imagine. I mean, I don't know how crazy it's going to get.
Well, at least for us, it's going to get really crazy really quickly because we got one more Star Wars Infinities to cover, John.
Yes, that's right. That's right. Some Jedi Infinities, man. And
Absolutely.
Boy, it is bonkersville.
And if you were expecting a sequel to Empire Strikes Back Infinities, you're wrong.
No, they don't do that. They didn't do that with either one of them.
Mm-hmm.
They are their own things.
They're their own thing. They are the David S. Pumpkins of Star Wars comics.
He's his own thing. Yeah. The skeletons are part of it. The best. Well, in the meantime, though, if you want to check out more from us, head over to our Patreon page, which is patreon.com/punchupent. That's punchupent. Get cool exclusive bonus content from us and all the shows on the Punch Up Entertainment Network. Once again, that's patreon.com/punchupent.
And you can find all of those shows also over on our YouTube page, youtube.com/@punchupentertainment. There you can find Campbell and Jones Meet the Monsters, Material Components, this show, in fact, a better version of this show, in my opinion, because you can read the comic along with us.
The definitive version, I would say.
Yeah, the special edition, I would say.
We've got so many more CGI creatures in it. Oh, my God.
We're adding a lot of visuals that were maybe unnecessary, but I think add to the experience.
It's like a guy sliding off a thing behind me. Yeah, it's a whole to do.
But you can also find our YouTube exclusive shows there, including stuff like Punch Up Plays, where Elliot Lewis and I are making our way through the Mass Effect franchise, or The Shadow Kingdom, the Material Components, a mini campaign that is a YouTube exclusive. While you're there, please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know in the comments below, are the Force Ghosts really necessary? Could we just lose them? Could we just say, I don't think we need these?
I would love to hear a thought-out explanation as to why they don't need to be there. Because I'm siding with they're pretty important. But, look, prove me wrong.
I'm just saying, I think the Ghostbusters would have gotten on top of them. Galaxy far, far away. We've got to have some Ghostbusters around that could bust some of these ghosts.
That would be amazing. Luke's looking off in the distance, and then the Ecto-1 rolls up. Hold on, we'll take care of these. Don't worry, folks. You go back to your party.
Just Dan Aykroyd with a cigarette.
Yeah, I got it. Well, there you go.
I think that is going to do it for us here for this adaptation of Return of the Jedi. As always, I have been Mike Ergoni.
I'm John Campbell.
And remember, may the panel be with you.